here we're beginning. Welcome, welcome to Read Like a Mother. I know some of you have been in this before and know what to expect. And some of you have been in the Great Big Journey before and can probably have a good idea of what to expect because you've done some programming with us before. And I know some of you are brand new to us. And so I just want to say welcome to all of you to Read Like a Mother. We're here together for 6 months and we're going to have a lot of fun and a lot of ahas and a lot of big moments together. And so on behalf of both Shanna and myself, Shanna's going to be, Shanna Crane Dimmick is doing this with me, our lead coach from the Great Big Journey. So on behalf of both of us, we are so thrilled that you're here. I have a handful of things to tell you and to talk about, to kind of introduce the program and to make sure that you're kind of clued in to some of the content that's going to appear below in this email. But the first thing that I want to do is just pause for 2 hot seconds for all of you to take a deep breath and to really get centered and really get intentional about why you're here, about why you signed up, about what it is that you want to get out of group coaching. And to ask yourself, what is it that you're going to give in the sessions? What is it that you'd like to receive, or maybe even like learn how to receive, because that's hard for some of us. How vulnerable will you get? Just really set an intention of how you want to show up for this program right from the beginning. So if you need to push pause on me and do that for 2 seconds, please do. When you finish with that, I want to introduce and talk about our books. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for these books. So the first book that we're going to be reading in July and August is Brené Brown, Braving the Wilderness. I have read all of Brené Brown's books with the exception of this one. And I'm so excited to dive into this with you in July and August. Everything that she writes is amazing. Her Netflix special was amazing. How could we not pick this on the list? And I think it's a really good place to start in a group that is a lot of it is about belonging, and a lot of our group is about vulnerability. And so this is going to be our guide to setting the tone for what that looks like for us. So I'm so excited. The next book that we're reading in September and October is Ariel Levy's The Rules Do Not Apply. So I'm a memoir writer. I really like to pick memoir. I had heard about this book, and I was at the bookstore and I read the first 2 pages of the preface, the introduction, and I went, holy shit, I need to read that book. So it was just a must. And so this is our memoir of the whole time that we're together. So make sure you get your hands on a copy of that. So we're ready to read it together in September and October. And the last book, I think a lot of you have probably already read this, The Alchemist. I don't know. This is Spirituality 101. This is Lessons from the Universe 101. This is required reading for the adulting of life. There's so much in this book that's just under the surface, and I really I can't wait to talk with you all about your lives and about the connectedness of our lives when we dance with this. So those are our 3 books. You go out and get them. Go to your favorite bookstore. Get them on Audible. Go to Libro FM. Whatever way that you do that, and just know that we're going to be pacing them out over the 6 months. So those are the books. We're so thrilled. The next thing I want to talk about is the weekly emails. So every week, starting this coming Sunday, you're going to receive an email that has a handful of things in it. So again, for the people who have done the program or who've done the Great Big Journey, you're familiar with the kind of style of weekly emails that we do, but it's just slightly different than the Great Big Journey in that they don't come with these like huge colossal PDFs of like, oh my God, all this self-work, which can sometimes be overwhelming. They do have a couple of things. The first thing that they're going to have is a suggested reading. So as we're reading each book, it'll give you a suggestion. This week, we suggest that you read chapters 1 through 2. So it kind of paces the books out for us. The next thing that it has is 1 or 2 prompts, exercises, marinations, quotes, things that we've pulled from the book that we just thought were amazing things to help us dive deeper into the book, and more so, and more importantly, into ourselves. So those are going to be, you're going to find those in every email. There's also instructions about the tech and logistics and calendars, and those will all, you'll be guided through that as you move through the program. So those are all going to be what's happening in your weekly emails. And again, those start this coming Sunday. So you should receive your first on Sunday morning. Super excited about that. I'm super excited about everything. The next thing I want to talk about is group coaching. This is why we're here. Outside of the reading, outside of the prompts and exercises, like those are great. Go ahead and do those. Don't do those. You know, if you're going to do one thing, if you're going to commit to doing one thing in this program, it's showing up, capital, all caps, big time, for the group coaching sessions. We want you to show up to the group coaching sessions with as much of yourselves and with as much a commitment as you would in individual coaching. These are going to be big, juicy, rich, guided conversations where you're going to learn a lot about yourself, and you're going to learn a lot about other people, and you're going to learn a lot about yourself through other people. And it's why we're here. So the expectation is that you're there and you've got your tech sorted and you're able to show up. We're doing them on Zoom, so everybody's on camera at the same time. It's just we're kind of cultivating this amazing space where everybody shows up together. So we're so thrilled and excited for that. Those calls, this is going to be unlike a webinar where we're like presenting some kind of information that's recorded that you could watch afterwards. Those are group coaching calls. We will not be recording them, so that's another good reason to be there, so you can participate and really be in it on the action. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about is the Instagram community. So this is by no means like if you've got your technology boundaries set and you're not on Instagram and you don't want another thing added or whatever, don't do it. It's totally not mandatory. But if you are keen on Instagram, there's instructions below. There's a handle that you could follow. And we're going to be posting little prompts and little reminders and things that happen after the group coaching sessions and that sort of thing. And then there'll also be direct messaging groups so that you can communicate with the other people that are in your exact flock or in your exact intake. So feel free to dive into that. Feel free to ignore that. That's just kind of icing on the cake and just a way to stay connected with each other. And that's that. So the instructions for that are below. I think that's it. I think that's the information, that's the welcome. All of the other little tidbits that you are going to need, you'll find along the way in the emails. You can always send myself an email. You could send Shanna an email. That information will be, clickable buttons in your weekly emails. And I'll just say, as a final welcome, we are both, Shanna and I, so happy that you, personally, you are here and showing up for this and showing up for you. It's huge. We adore you. We'll see you in various places. Have a good one. Bye.